That happens. I know what you mean. I've been there. Baba, what's the scene? Are we doing face cams or what?
Now he's back. So yeah, we'll be back to being live now.
Alright, Baba, let me know if you're good to go. If we are, then we will get started.
Yeah, I was told as soon as he joins the chat, it means we're live.
Alright then, hello guys and welcome to the first ever stream of the Wildrift India circuit. There's a lot of streams that are going to be happening in the near future, but today we are going to start with one of the open qualifiers. Just in case you guys didn't know what the Wildrift India circuit is, it is essentially a two-league format where 16 teams will battle it out in two separate leagues to determine who is the best from the best in those leagues. The leagues that we have are essentially grouped in a way where we take the top 8 teams in the Indian scene and we put them into one league, which is called the Conquerors League. And then we have the up and coming, the rising teams, the ones with the potential to be the best, and we have qualified for them. Have we put them in the Contenders League? Now, the question here is that in the Contenders League, who are these 4 teams from the open qualifiers who will make their way on to the Contenders League is what we'll get to know today, because now we have an exciting match with, Dragon Riders Runic versus Team BCG, Bichu Gang as we call them. So the open qualifiers essentially saw us host 37 plus teams, and it was an exciting matchup that we went from 37 teams. We are now down to the 8 best teams of the open qualifiers. The matches today that you'll be seeing and throughout this entire week will be best of 3, and the quarterfinals, whoever wins each of these matches will book their ticket for the Contenders League and will join the remaining 4 members on the stream as well. So we have a lot of amazing matches, and joined with me today for casting this game is none other than the real Zero, a grandmaster level mid laner who's also played for Relics and a few other organizations. Zero, how are you doing, and are you excited for the whole circuit, because you're going to be casting a lot of games that are going to be coming in the next few months?
Yes, Fishy, I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to see what the new meta is now in the Indian scene. Now that all these new patches and changes, especially to the mid lane, that have happened, I'm excited.
Absolutely. I think with the Lucian and Senna being introduced and Akshan that's going to come in, I think you're going to really enjoy Akshan because you seem like a guy who loves playing assassins. And I don't know if you've gotten a chance. Have you gotten a chance to see the new Akshan in action? Like his abilities and what he does?
I've seen Lucian right now.
Yeah, Lucian's released. The one end of the month is going to be another one. I suggest you watch that.
Yes.
You're going to love that champion. He's a very mobile marksman. So not mobile assassin who plays in the mid lane or in the top, in the baron lane, right? So he's probably like your type of champ. Lucian seems to be good, but I think Senna is a little bit overtuned in terms of early release, right?
I'm really looking at Lucian right now because he starts with 40 armor, which is rare for an ADC to start with 40 armor.
That's so true.
Yeah, so it's very interesting to see. I think he's going to be an extreme powerhouse in the early game with that, huge armor over the other champions.
Absolutely, and more so than the fact that he can be played in the mid lane and the baron lane. Baron lane Lucian is legitimately a nightmare for any bruiser who wants to play against him because of the amount of poke that he can bring out, and that you can't just catch him, right? Lucian will just dash away. He'll keep poking you, dash away, right? He's a very hard champion to essentially lock down, right? So I'm quite excited to see.
To be honest, I think he's got some problems at the moment, and we might be seeing some changes in the next patch because he seems to be dominating many games in Grandmaster and above at the moment, even though he is such a new champ.
Absolutely. I'm excited as well. I can't wait to see how these will be played. Guys, do remember, because Lucian and Senna were just released a few days ago, they will not be allowed to be played in the open qualifiers. That is all the 4 matches that are happening from Monday to Thursday. However, they will be available once the circuit starts. Once the Contenders League and the Conquerors League starts on Tuesday, next Tuesday, not the current one, mind you, they will be available to play. And I cannot wait to see how they will shake up the meta, right? Because Senna support, Lucian Baron, Lucian mid, Lucian marksman, right? These are like flexible picks that can go into multiple lanes. Senna can also be played marksman. You can go fasting Senna where you pick marksman Senna, but you don't essentially auto attack anything, and then you start taking the waves later on in the game. There's multiple ways to play it. She definitely seems overtuned, and I can't wait to see what happens. But for the time being, I'm excited to talk about our current 2 teams, right? Bichu Gang and Dragon Riders Arcana. Now, I think you might remember a few of your friends from Arcana because there is Kilsa, or I think there's a guy called I Hate Kilsa. I'm not sure if that's Kilsa. I think that's Kilsa, right?
That is Kilsa. Yeah, he's changed his name.
So tell me a bit more about this team, right? Like, do you remember any of these players? You're in the lobby with me, right? Like,
No,
there
no, no.
is.
The team has
Hmm.
completely changed. So Kilser, yeah, he's always been there. I've known him. I've been in the same team with him since the beginning, once Relics was formed.
Mm-hmm.
The other players I have not seen unless they have changed their name recently. But
Yeah, they
yeah.
all seem like new players to me, and I think this is one of the things that we've seen a lot coming into essentially. Oh wait, my timing in the screen is a bit off. All right, guys, we will get started with the picks and bans very quickly. For some reason, my block was 15 minutes behind. Never mind then. So, like, what is going to happen with Arcana, right? Arcana ended up beating Alpha Pack Esports in their round of 16, and so far Arcana has beaten every team in this open qualifier with a lot of ease, right? They've essentially made sure that they're good to go and everything is strong. Let's just I'm just gonna tell them to start picks and bans, start bans rather. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting it's Runic, not Arcana. Dragon Rider is Runic. Keep forgetting about Arcana and Runic. And on the other side, Bichu Gang, right? The team name is a little funny, but they've also defeated Eliminate Esports to get into the round of 8. So again, not a lot is known about this team. And if you look in the players that you see, right? Like one of them is a master level player. I'm not sure which server of master, but he seems to definitely be a marksman main. And you have a decent level of opponents right here. And you can see one sec. I'm just gonna make sure. Alright, so I told them to start bans, and the red team started banning first. Anyways, guys, so bans are gonna be are already underway. The teams are in the lobby, so we'll get into the action in just a couple of minutes. Remember that you guys are watching the Wildrift India circuit. We are in the open qualifier stage of the tournament, and the matches between Dragon Riders Arcana versus Bichu Gang right here. This is a best of 3. Whoever wins this match books a ticket for the Contenders League, where they are joined by 4 other teams already waiting for them, right? And I like Dragon Riders as a squad. Like, their Arcana team is already in the Conquerors League. Now they have this new team called Runic. They are trying to get into the Contenders League, right? So it's going to be really fun to see how they are able to make it happen. And Zero, we see some bans coming in. You can see there is going to be an Ezreal ban against Bichu Gang, and then Runic basically has Gragas banned against them. And then Ziggs and Brom seem to be the other 2 bans. So a lot of standard bans coming out. Ziggs and Brom are generally bans that teams are looking to prevent the other from getting out there.
Yeah, and I know that Kilser means tank supports. So
true. And Brom is his most played. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The last ban from Runic is going to be Lee Sin right here, guys. So basically, making sure that Gragas, Lee Sin, some of the junglers are banned out right here. Some that can provide early game prowess, so to speak. Ziggs being banned. Irelia is the last ban on the side of Bichu Gang. Who on Runic plays Irelia? I really have to wonder. Maybe they're just trying to be safe, cautious, because Irelia in the right hands can be a menace. Personally, don't think she's that strong. But what are your thoughts on Irelia as a champion in the current meta?
Well, I feel like she has just been buffed, so because she was underperforming before. But even before that buff, I was seeing some really good Aurelia players back in High Diamond. I feel like now after the buffs, if people try her more and see how she is, she could end up being one of the better champions in the Baron lane and mid lane. But we'll have to see, because the patch wasn't too long ago.
Absolutely, guys. So we are getting into the draft phase very, very, very shortly. Remember, guys, you're watching the Wildrift India circuit. This is the first qualifier for the open qualifiers. The winner of this match, this best of 3 series, mind you, goes ahead and qualifies for the Contenders League circuit starting next week. And we are heading in the draft phase. And I think first pick priorities, what do you think? Diana's up and available, so is Galio, mind you. Killsa's first
Galio.
pick in support.
Galio's absolute powerhouse right now.
Absolutely, spot on. You are Zero. They do end up picking the Galio. Alright, I like this so far. I think Galio provides a lot of CC. He is quite
huge
strong.
Amount of CC and very strong armor to keep him safe. majors.
Yeah, and you can see right here, J4 gets picked on the other side to prevent the Jarvan Galio combination. That is like a very common thing that they do. And Kaisa being picked up a strong marksman, definitely prioritizing it for themselves are Bichu Gang right here. But if you look at what's in store for the team on Runic, right, that's a Yasuo Wukong, man. That's like synergy everywhere, right? Yasuo knock-up, Wukong going here, Yasuo falling.
But you know, they're going for full combo wombo here. Even Malphite and Galio can also bring up the knockups for Yasuo.
Absolutely, there's more than one option for them to knock that up. But the thing with Yasuo, like I reckon we could probably be seeing a Yasuo mid lane with the Galio going support right here, just to give them a bit of an initiation. And yeah, as rightly so, the Renekton gets picked up on the side of Bichu Gang, and they've responded with a Malphite. Essentially, like this is a complete wombo combo coming out from Runic right here. And Bichu Gang is like, hey, you know what? We know you wanna do this, but hey, we have Twisted Fate on our side, and we have some team fighting too, right? With the Renekton, the J4 and Alistair. Zero, it looks like we're going to be seeing an all-out brawl from both the teams because they both do not want to stop. They just want to go in, it looks like.
Exciting. There could be some really decisive fights then.
What do you think of the composition, however, now that we have seen both of them? Like, do you favor any particular composition? Because I personally think I'm leaning towards Runic, but
Yasuo comp right now.
Yeah.
I really like the Yasuo comp because well, Yasuo isn't picked too much in ranked. In competitive, he can really synergize well with your team if you communicate really well. And now that many of the mages, like Twisted Fate, have been nerfed for their armor, you know, Yasuo is starting to come through now. Now that there's less armor on champs like Twisted Fate, Ari, Katarina, they've been dropped from 35 armor to 30 armor now. So it's kind of making way for Yasuo to come back.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see how, you know, Runic's Soothslayer performs. Remember, guys, these are some of the players that we haven't yet seen perform on a larger stage as of yet. These are teams that are coming from the open qualifiers. Wait, is there an audio issue from my side? Can you hear me properly, Zero?
Yeah, you sound fine. Do I sound okay?
No, both of us sound fine. I think it's fine. Alright, so we have gotten into the game. I hope that the audio issue is resolved, guys. But if you go into the game, we could potentially see an invite coming out from Bichu Gang right here. Zero, they are looking to go as a 5-man, double what the one single bush. The gold card's ready, but Runic's on the other side of the map, and I think they're chilling. So this invite doesn't really seem to do much for them.
Both teams were planning to ambush there, but.
Yeah, I think both of us are pretty good. I think there's an in-game sound issue. Anywho, like, so we can see that
the streaming issue.
Yeah, we'll get that fixed, guys. Don't worry. This is a very temporary issue. We'll get that fixed. Don't worry. All right, so you can see that the Yasuo is the one who actually is AFK in base. I'm not sure if he's disconnected, choose to back, or is restarting. But yeah, that's a bit unexpected to see the Yasuo ends up essentially like being late to lane, but I don't think it's going to be a remake, guys. So the game is still on, mind you.
He did go to lane, but he recalled. So
okay. I might have missed that out. I was just too focused on the stream, I guess. But okay, the lanes are back to normal, guys. The Yasuo does not miss out a lot, but in terms of level experience, Twisted Fate gets a good early game for himself because now he's able to bully out the Yasuo in the mid lane, right? Losing a couple of levels, that's a pretty good start for the Twisted Fate, you have to say.
Yeah, Twisted Fate missing a cannon minion there, though.
Mid laner Zero will obviously notice whenever people miss the cannons, and I fairly, you know, like that's a lot of gold. You're wasting 42 plus gold every time you don't hit one. On the other hand, though, the Yasuo definitely makes sure he gets it. Now the scuttle priority, if you can see, Zero, like both the teams are opting to just go for the alternate side scuttles, choosing to play safe. I think this is a game where level 5 is when, you know, you will see a lot of action coming in, right? Because now people are just looking to farm.
I think we're gonna see like the team fights being a big thing here rather than the smaller ganks and little trades like that. I think the team fights are really going to be game changing.
Yeah, what I do like, however, is the Malphite is not opted to go for ability power. He's just going to go pure tank. I think his build is Sunfire into Bramble or something like that, which is going to be boding well when he does go in with his ultimate. He's going to be a little bit unkillable. Like Kai'Sa's going to have a rough time getting through to him, and at that point, that will buy enough time for perhaps the Yasuo and the Vayne and the Varus rather to build out some damage. But in the early game, guys, you see that Bichugang has built themselves up a bit of a lead, and that is mostly in the mid lane. I would say not really a lot, a couple of 100 gold in the mid lane as well, and there's around 200 gold in the Baron lane as well. So just that lane dominance, a little bit early backing, giving Bichugang a smaller lead, and so far so good. I think this is just going to be a fight. Let's just fast forward
Oh,
1.5
Renekton
minutes.
on Malphite.
He does
Could be a
eventually
kill
go
here.
in right here, and
Ooh.
ultimate gets popped. So does the Ignite, right? So does the exhaust right here, but it's not enough to kill Kawaii Lord. I can't believe you have to cast a guy who's called Kawaii Lord, but things can happen at this point. Jafer goes in with his ultimate flash and does not stun. I'm
Ooh.
not sure what the Renekton was doing right there. That was the ability for him to just go all in, and Bichugang has wasted both of their ultimates, mind you. That will not be available for the dragon fight. This makes the team fighting worse as compared to a Malphite Galio. Wukong Yasuo is already ready to team fight. I think this just might have given away their early game lead. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they use their ult so fast at level 5, so possibly they could have it back by Dragon. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem. But the burning of the flash is going to be a big issue for Renekton now. Malphite has also used flash, so it could be equalized. But if he managed to save that flash, he could have used it for the Dragon as well, which is a shame.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how the next dragon fight collapses, because 10 seconds behind you, and both the junglers are now slowly gonna rotate back towards the dragon. The Jarvan Ford has now taken his back right here, so has the Kai'Sa, so they're definitely preparing for the dragon fight. Renekton on the other side is gonna solo the Scuttle right here, so even though he blew his flash and his ultimate, right, he's still having a decent goal lead for himself. That's around a kill's worth of goal lead. Malphite has now taken his back to 0. We could see a potential fight happening. For what we see is an Ocean Drake. I'm looking to favor a Runic in this fight, because I feel like with their ultimates up, it's important. But note that Jarvan's ultimate is almost back up, and so is the Renekton. So this loss of ultimates has not been capitalized by Runic at all, because Runic just wasted 30 seconds in which they could have taken the dragon. But now that they haven't, right, Jarvan's ultimate is back, and Renekton's ultimate is back, and it's game on 0. Let's see what happens. What do you think is going to happen? Because it looks like Runic has priority in the jungle so far, in the river area.
Yes, but it could still go either way. They both have very nice team fighting comps, and they're looking to group towards the dragon together.
Oh, beautiful vision denial though. Like, they just clear out 2 wards right here, and now they have to walk in a bit blind, and you can see it's Runic who start the dragon. Here comes Alistar's double knock-up as well. Here comes the Galio ult as well. The Varus ult also gets used on the other side. Renekton goes after the Varus, tries to get him, but the first burst goes to the Jarvan, goes to the Wukong, who gets on the Jarvan. Kai'Sa looking to kill as well. Kai'Sa is in the pit, killing a lot of people. What a close fight we're seeing, but it's actually going to be Runic at the end of the day who get themselves the dragon. But so I said Bichugang, rather, it's the one. Bichugang ends up getting 5 kills and the dragon. Who would have thought, after the kind of composition that Runic had for themselves, it's Bichugang and the Renekton and the Kai'Sa who do cleanup duty right here and get themselves a complete ace and the dragon to boot.
Yeah, that was a really strong move by Kai'Sa, saving her ult until they got really low. There's some really good stuns there to knock them up and deal some damage to get them all low enough for Kai'Sa to come in and get many of the kills and sweep up.
Yeah, this is a great start. Like, and we kept wondering, the ease of execution on the side of Runic, because Malphite, yeah, so duh. But it was the Alistar, right? It was Wong Fei who actually went in the Alistar, knocked up the Malphite and Yasuo, forced them to use their ultimates. Utterly, I think, MVP performance right there. And the Renekton also, kudos to him right here, goes after the Varus, makes him blow his summoners at this point, and now they're in a great spot, because 5-2, the Renekton already has 2 kills. He's around around 2k goal lead himself, right? So his split push potential also becomes massive this one. But on the other side, bottling gang happens, and Runic is the one who gets the kill onto the Kai'Sa right here. Beautiful gang from the Wukong and the Varus right here. Just a 2v2, mind you. I don't know how they even managed to do that, but it did work out for them at this point. And we can see, Runic will, like, what, we're not done, guys. Let's just, come back in the game. And you can see Jarvan also going for the EQ combo. He ends up using his ultimate on the Wukong clone. Well, that happens.
Yeah, lovely
yeah.
to see. Well
Lovely to
played,
see.
bro.
Like we're gonna be nice casters here, Zero. Just gonna point out it happened, but if this was not a cast, I think you and I would have a very different conversation about the J4 ult. But you can see the Renekton proxying the wave. This is like some PC level cinch tactics right here. Very confident, I have to say this guy is, but his confidence might just be the end of him because now Malphite's here. So is the Wukong. He just has to dash away right here, and he will. Never mind. He ends up choosing to flash and use his ultimate for that. Zero, what do you think is happening in the bot lane? Because the Kaisa, while she has a few kills for herself right now, with her dying and Varys also getting on the board, the goal lead is around a K in favor, but Varys does have a lot of CC in the team fight.
Yeah, I have a feeling Kaiser's still going to win the. Yep, look at this.
Yeah, meanwhile, a top fight happens in the top
right
lane, and Malphite just ends up using his ultimate to run away like a bird. And at this point, they count the Malphite ult does land, so the Yasuo ult does land, the Yasuo knock up also there. They get one kill for themselves. Renekton does not have his ultimate. The EQ lands on the champion at this point, and they are able to clean it up. Runic, it's their turn right now to get the kills for themselves as they secure themselves 4 kills on the side with 2 losses on the other side, and Kaisa has to back as well, which basically means that Runic won an all-round team fight right here, and they got the Herald to boot, right?
Yeah, even the duo lane, Varys managed to hold his own against the Kaiser tower dive, so ended up winning that and coming back.
Yeah, this is very interesting, right? Suddenly when you thought, okay, Bichu is like winning a team fight, everything is good, and then Runic is like, what guys, sit down son, let me show you how it's done. And they actually get a great team fight around Herald, but bot lane as well. Trusted Fate uses ultimate, Varys overextends, Shin-Chan will die at this point, and Kaisa is the one who's the benefactor of this kill. Man, oh man, this is a very back and forth game, isn't it, Zero? Like the moment one team is winning, the other team comes back.
It's a very chaotic game so far. Varys recalling in the bush was very strange decision, because as soon as Twisted Fate propped his ult, Varys did not decide to run back. He just
and the first tower does go over to the Bichu. The flash from the Alistar, the stun does land onto the Wukong right here. Now it's Bichu who's again got the pressure for themselves. It just looks like, even though Runic's making some decent plays, Bichu is the one who are making the better team fights happen. The rotations were good, the kills were good, the first tower is good, and on the other side you see a Malphite. He's already 10% HP. He can't do much right here. Renekton can go for the all-in if he wants to, but chooses to just wait for his cooldown. There you go. Stun lands, auto Q. Oh, the exhaust also there to boot, and there you go. The solo also happens at this point. And now this Renekton, this crocodile on the top lane, is making sure he's eating rocks for breakfast, if I'm honest, because he is fed.
Yeah, the red team, they may have been sleeping a bit before, and ended up almost coming to a comeback, equal on gold, and then they're not taking that laying down. They're coming straight back into the fight, and now 4,000 gold ahead.
And all 3,000 of that gold is in the Baron laner. This Renekton is absolutely stomping his lane at this point. He's gonna take his deserving back, and he's gonna come for the team fights. And guys, I am your carry right here. Look at me. In the meanwhile, though, Runic do get the mid-lane tower, and oh my lord, Kaisa's overextended right here. Twisted Fate does use his ultimate right there. Taunt does not land. How much can Kaisa survive right here? On the other side, the Wukong just takes an insane amount of damage. The ultimate does, because Kaisa repositions using an ultimate. In fact, a fight that could have been won by Runic actually ends up losing for themselves. The ultimate lands on the Yasuo, on the Alistar wall. PL poor target selection right here, and it just looks like Runic are getting destroyed in this team fight. Another dragon fight, pre-dragon fight, a complete ace. And Bichu gang, man, we don't know where this team has come from, guys, but this looks like a team that's here to play really good performance for them.
I gotta give it to Kaisa there. The way she outmaneuvered them in the bush and got away from 3 champions to escape. Really led up to that play happening.
Yeah, she bought enough time for her team, and Twisted Fate's damage was insane. At this point, you'd wonder who's gonna do the magic damage on the side of the Runic, because there is this physical damage coming, and then now Jarvan's already going to his Randuin's Oben, and I think it's easy itemization on the side of Bichu right here, and now they have themselves a 10,000 goal lead at 11 minutes with 2 dragons to boot. I think this is looking like
and 2 extra towers.
2 extra towers. I think this is looking like it's gonna be a stomp right here. What do you think? If you were in Runic's shoes, what would you do in this situation? You just wait up for a bit, farm up, and hopefully hope that you get a great initiative, because it looks like at this point they're not able to do much. And Malphite again caught in the wrong place, has to use his ultimate to run away. That's the 3rd time in this this game. He's had to use his ultimate to run away. That's not what you want to use the Malphite ultimate for. But just the pressure from Bichugang, right? He can't even go to his own jungle without having to run away. So this is like
Yeah,
just going from bad to worse for Runic.
to regain the lead, they would really need to start farming by now. They're all level 10, level 11, fighting against level 12s. This is going to be big problems if they start trying to fight now. 2 levels disadvantage as well.
Yeah, and again, walking in front, the nice clone right here does manage to avoid the net stun, but the J4 ultimate is there to lock the monkey up in the cage right here. The monkey is not alive for the next team fight. Now, this could potentially be Baron for Bichugang, or no, they don't really care. Proto Belt stun, flash stun on the net, and ultimate gets used as well. Might have been a little bit like tad too aggressive right here. Now they're diving. God knows why, but you know what? They don't really care because they're getting the kills for themselves, and as long as they are, we can't really complain, can we? The stun does land onto the Varus as well. Kai'Sa like, hey, you know what? I see you. I want to kill you, but you survived, and that's going to be a 4-for-1 at the end of the day. And you could potentially see the mid lane inhibitor going down. No, never mind. Just the mid lane tower goes down.
That worked for them. You know, they're getting caught by the Wukong. Sorry, the Wukong got caught, and that's a really bad mistake to have. They shouldn't be looking for fights. They shouldn't be getting anywhere close to them. They should be trying to get the level back to equal. They need to get to level 12 to be able to fight them. Otherwise, they will just get crushed as soon as one person gets caught out.
Absolutely, and this is a best of 3, guys. So do remember that even if Runic lose this game, they have a chance to make a reverse sweep happen. Remember, the winner of this qualifier will join 4 other teams to play the Contenders League. So everything is up for stake. The team that wins here will book themselves a ticket to play the league for the next 5 weeks. It's going to be a lot of exciting action. And at this point, this is ranked in the Twisted Fate. I think whole of Bichugang, right? A team of players that we don't really know, but are performing extremely well, and I'm quite impressed to see that level of performance coming out for them. And I think this could be a good close for them, but I think they should really focus Baron, don't they? Right? Because they're not doing Baron, they're just like trying to make picks happen, and yet again the Twisted Fate.
Well, that's a lot of damage for Twisted Fate there.
It does. He uses ultimate under tower right now, but he is in a bit of a bad spot. And the flash taunt, the Yasuo follow up as well. Finally, they get a kill back, but Renekton goes after the carry and kills him as well. I'm not really sure who's gonna win this team fight. It does look like Runic might be doing well. The ultimate from Galio does buy some time as well. Renekton goes down, double kill to the Yasuo as well. And just when you thought that okay, you know what, the game is going into hands here, here it comes back up. However, Kai'Sa is there. Taunt does land, mind you, a triple knockoff from the Alistar as well. The team fight was still good, mind you, but it's still going to be Bichugang who will come out on top, and as well as this Yasuo and Wukong are trying to do what they can. It's a 4-for-3 at the end of the day because the Kai'Sa was late to the team fight. But I just feel like these team fights, they seem a bit unnecessary, don't they? Can't they have just gone for the Baron itself instead of fighting
I feel
over again?
You know, with that massive level advantage they had, they should have set up by Baron and focused on the objectives. I think that was a mistake to go for the ganks and go for the fights, because you see you've given Yasuo time to level up, and Yasuo actually managed to get to level 12 to match them. And once Yasuo is level 12, you can't be trying to tower dive him when you're also level 12.
Yeah, and at this point, they can't fight for the Elder. Remember that the Renekton does have his teleport, but he is pushing on the top side. What Runic need is the perfect engage on the Kai'Sa and the Twisted Fate for them to have a semblance of winning this opportunity. But it's easier said than done to do that. They don't opt to go for the dragon. They're really playing scared on objectives, and this is one of the reasons why, compared to some of the stronger teams in the circuit right here, right, there is a little bit more decisiveness, I would say, a little bit more aggression in terms of how they want to play it. And I think Bichugang, while they have the mechanics and the skill level to match Runic very well, some of their objective gameplay is a little bit slower than what we've seen from some of the Conqueror teams, right? So this is where the difference comes right here. But they do get the Infernal finally. They are looking to play it safe, and now the push happens again. No opting for Baron makes me wonder why, or at least bait around Baron could be the name of the game, but they're not doing it. And slowly and steadily, the Yasuo is scaled. He has 3.5 items, 0. He can do significant damage if left alone.
Yeah. I feel like at the moment they are just looking to play safe and not take any risky moves. And they do have the strong lead. I guess they're also looking to farm as well and just keep their lead. But as soon as things get to level 15, Yasuo is also leveling up quite fast, and you don't want to let them catch up and get to level 15 as well, because that could cause some problems for them. They should be looking for an objective soon. They have
Yeah,
so much control
absolutely.
around the Baron. They should be going for the Baron. There they go.
Yeah, this is the final time that they are looking to go for the Baron. They decided, you know what, like 16 and a half minutes, probably a good time. Let's go get Baron right here. And look at how fast
Yep.
they get it right. They could have done this, like, I would say 3 minutes ago. But
Maybe
they
longer
chose
than
to.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe 5, 6
Well,
minutes ago.
well, at least I'm happy to know that they can do that. A nice flash engage coming on to the Wukong, but the Wukong has to use his ultimate to run away at this point. So Wukong is down for the next team fight with Baron up. Now they can do the 1-3-1 and they can figure how to make sure that they can get to the outer turrets. And again, great performance from Bichu Gang right here. A little bit slow on the close, can perhaps do a lot better. But let's see if Runic has one last team fight left in them to get them to maybe a miraculous victory. But it does look like Bichu Gang is the one who's going to take game 1 of this best of 3 series. Let's see how the rotations work. They have Baron. Nobody's pushing top at this point. I think Twisted Fate should be the one to go
It
top
does
with his
seem that way,
ultimate.
but Yasuo is farming well. Yasuo just seems to be having a good amount of gold and a good amount of XP to keep in the game. But I still feel with this Baron buff, they could end it very fast.
Absolutely, right. And now I'm very, very curious to see how they look to end the game, because they should do 1-3-1 push, which is what they finally are doing. They've sent the J4 top, the Twisted Fate is mid for wave clear, and they have the Renekton being the big Crocman in the bot lane. Now they send the Renekton mid to get the mid lane tower. Good call on them. They are able to get that. The fight is imminent. Runic knows that already. If they lose the inhibitors, the game is over anyways. How and where can they get it is a question you have to ask. Yasuo meanwhile decides, you know what, the only way out is the only way in, because he goes in for the ultimate. The flash on the J4 does make him survive, right? He does save his out inner turret, but at what cost, my buddy? You're losing your 2 inhibitors right there. I guess this is like the best they could do potentially, because at least that top lane inhibitor goes on, so it's going to be 2 inhibitors at best. Look at this, the GA gets popped up. The amount of damage from this card player is interesting. The J4 does land his ultimate as well.
All the stuns.
Here comes the wombo, here comes the combo, right? The Galliard does dissuade them. They're fighting in the Nexus turret. I wouldn't be this confident, but you know what? They don't really care, because they're just focusing on the Nexus, and game 1 goes over to Bichu Gang in this best of 3 series. Zero, what are your thoughts on the game?
Well, I'm gonna have to give it to the losing side. They are really strong. I thought they would win. Really big surprise for me to see them losing. Yasuo really playing strong and holding his own, getting SPP at the end of that game.
Yeah, I think he was the only guy who didn't really lose that hard, and the Malphite definitely being one of the factors in which they snowballed out of control, as well as the Kaisa did her job in the early game. I think overall, Bichu Gang as 5
and
looking
after falling
strong
behind, the farming to get back up, really well played to try to get back. The rest of the team is strange to see. Kilsa, who is a support main, his champions are all support. Playing Wukong jungle, which is unusual to me.
Yeah, I think for Runic, right, for them to come back, they need to probably stop this Wombo combo Malphite top, or just ban this Renekton, right? This guy 1011, the number dude on the Renekton showing up big this time, and game 1 goes to Bichu Gang. Remember, guys, it is a best of 3. Bichu Gang are 1 game away for booking their slot in the Contenders League. Can they do it? Is something we'll have to see. So do not go anywhere. Game 2 will be starting in just a few minutes. Remember, guys, you're watching the Wildrift India circuit, brought to you by NotiKINGz and association with TGT Esports and Esports Hub right there as our sponsors, with Level Up as a production partner. This is your caster Zero, and we Shively back with you for game 2 in just a few minutes.
Okay, stream is on. He has unmuted. So, Medical, do you want to do the introduction?
Yeah, sure. Welcome everybody to game number 2 as we jump in, sponsored by TGT Esports, Level Up Esports, and as well Esports Hub. I am Metagard, joined here with my lovely accomplice, the Real Zero.
Yes.
All right then. So
game 1 ended up.
I'd say it was a pretty close fight. These two teams, they fought tooth and nail, but at the end it just snowballed into the hands of Bichu Gang, and yeah, they just took control.
It was an early game back and forth. Both teams were taking the lead, and unfortunately, to the mid-late game, one side was clearly dominant.
Alright, so we have started the bans, and from the blue side, it's going to be Jarvan banned, and immediately DRR respond with a Ziggs ban over here. What do you predict the next ban is going to be?
I feel like it might be Galio this time, to get rid of that annoying Galio.
Sure as well could be, but with Ziggs close right now, it seems like a really nice time to keep Galio open, especially when you are on the blue sides and have dropped a game. Gained a game in the series. So they're gonna go for Irelia. Yep, they're keeping the Galio pick open. It's a cheeky play, you know. You want to try and get as much advantages as you can as possible, and right now that's exactly what they're doing by keeping this Galio open. Let's see if DR can just catch up to their, act, and just let's see what they can come up with. I personally like this guy's name, by the way, Giridon Ramsey. He is truly a connoisseur of his role. Let's see. I mean, as far as things are concerned, alright, we got Ezreal from the side of DR Runix, Bichu Gang.
Yeah,
seems that the plan is going accordingly. As such, Galio may be open, or they may just have an answer. Maybe a Lucian pick for the Galio. They're gonna go for Gragas, keeping him open, yep.
Okay, looks like we might see another Galio then.
Let's see, this is exactly what we want. I mean, we did get to see Galio in the hands of the opposing team last time, but this time it can make a lot of difference, especially when draft ends happen and with morale down and you are on the last game. Every single bit matters, and right now it is exactly that. It's just one game away from the Contenders League.
Yeah, Galio can really shut down a team long enough for the kills to come in, especially if you're very, very strong champion right now, and very commonly picked in this meta.
Still waiting on. Oh, they're gonna go for Galio.
Yeah,
nice. So they finally caught up to the act of it. We have J4, Ziggs, Irelia, Ezreal, Gragas, and Galio. This seems like a lot of opening for mid lane mages over here. You don't have Ziggs, you don't have Galio. You can go for the mid lane mages over here, or you could go for some sort of AD mage, considering the nerfs that have just happened very recently, -5 armor on each one of them.
Yeah.
That has been popping off in a couple of matches. We
might see Yasuo again.
Let's see.
Yasuo might be making a comeback now with these reduced armor mages.
It does show a scene like that, but the thing with Yasuo is the fact that he needs farm. It's either items or nothing for him.
I
And
mean,
in a
Yasuo last
skirmish-heavy
game was
meta, yeah,
SVP on the team.
exactly.
Yasuo
And
played
in
very,
such a
very well.
skirmish-heavy meta, I mean, sure, you're gonna have to wait for the Infinity Edge power spike, but otherwise, before that, things are gonna go a little slow. So, what's up?
So they want to wait.
I
2
heard you've
minutes.
been Grandmaster, so congratulations on that, Mr. Zero.
Oh, thank you.
It was a very long and tiring season, in my opinion. I mean, God help me with strength right now, because the amount of players that you just see, the amount of boosts and stuff, it's absolutely livid. I mean, what are your thoughts about this? I mean, you've reached Master Rank. Have you seen the player skills actually improve slightly now? Because Diamond is complete trash as far as things are concerned.
I feel like High Diamond is the same as Grandmaster, in my opinion.
I see.
As soon as I've got to Grandmaster, I see barely any changes at all. Diamond is really, really a hard elo to get out of. Once you're in Diamond, you're getting, if you're lucky, minus 13 for a loss, plus 14 for a win, or plus 13 for a win and minus 12 for a loss. But,
Absolutely.
But if you can manage to get past that Diamond 1 promos, which I was in for 7 times, I got to promos, and I counted every single one. As soon as you get to Master, you get plus 19, minus 12. So you do rank up a lot faster. So you do see many Diamond 1 players who are stuck in Diamond 1. You see with the same skill levels as Grandmasters.
So, I mean, let's see. They have asked for a 2-minute wait, and now that both teams are ready, it seems that we're going to be jumping into draft very, very soon. All right, so
I really want to be seeing some more Fizz jungle. I want to see Fizz jungle in this tournament. Fizz is my main champ at the moment. I've been playing Fizz jungle a lot, so I've got to the top 50 Fizz now. Also, so
holy moly, sis, that's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, congrats to me.
Congrats. Oh man. Alright, it seems that both the teams are just continuously spamming start to each other. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 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 G.
Maybe he's gone for a water break.
It seems so.
Yeah, this
fortunately won't be, at least we won't have to, post things like the LCK streams, toilet issue, a water issue, a chair issue. So that's nice, at least. Ethan, you're the host. Oh, it seems that the host has forgotten completely that he is the host. And is getting this.
There we go, and we start.
Alright. Now, jumping into the drafts. Oh man, getting all the shits and giggles out. Let's see what we get now. The first pick. Gonna go Wang Fei Hung, gonna go for the Braum immediately. I mean, not a really...
this time, so
yeah, absolutely. It's an open pick, but now immediately we get the Nami and the Yasuo. Nami for the disengage, and Yasuo, of course, for the ebb and flow, or maybe the tsunami ults.
Yeah, Yasuo working very well for them in the last game, so it seems like they want to take him again.
Absolutely. I mean, last game everything was going fine in the Yasuo's game, at least. If the team can manage to just slow down, make sure that the Yasuo is farmed up in the fights correctly, adequately, and maybe, just maybe, they can actually change things a lot.
Yeah, I think,
right now, Wukong gonna be picked immediately to just deny the wombo combos that they were trying in the previous game. Kai'Sa gonna be used also. It was very helpful in dominating this team. They did not know how to actually play against it. Gonna opt for Varus still. A little absurd. You have such a team fight oriented team, and then now you switch to solo pick offs. And now they're gonna go for Olaf, it seems.
Olaf jungle.
Nice to see that.
I counter the CC from Wukong and Braum. Could be interesting.
Hopefully he can just survive long enough, though. That's the only issue. Ragnarok, it's a double-edged sword. The second you get no CC, you're gonna be taking a little extra damage over there.
Teemo.
I'm not gonna lock in.
Reaction.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. I mean, it wasn't entirely a really wrong pick. I mean, let's be honest. Olaf, he really relies a lot on basic attacks, so it won't really shut him down a lot over there. Alright, so they're gonna go for the Twisted Fate and the Garen. Now, Garen is a very, I'd say it's a basic pick over here because of the fact that he has been nerfed. He is not God anymore like he was before.
But whilst he was nerfed, there is one thing to mention that his AD ratios were buffed, which means that if he does go for the AD build and go for things like Black Cleaver, he does actually scale better for damage now than he did before. So
that is true, but survivability does get knocked off at any cost. That is the main reason why Garen was God. I mean,
he was changed to
and give off 40k. However, the pick does make sense. I mean, whereas he can lock in a person, just go for a Q on the 3 stacks, just chunk someone up to half HP. Rank 2 Garen ultimates is gonna eat that up immediately.
Yeah.
So it does complement the solo pick off there on the Varus. They do have a little bit of team fighting as well. They're kind of dabbling with a bit of both over here. But let's see. Whereas we see from the side of Vichu,
to put it simply,
they're heavily team fight oriented. You have Renekton, you have Wukong, you have Braum, you have Kai'Sa, you have Twisted Fate even, just to ult and probably grab Varus in the backline, a defenseless AD carry. So let's see what they can come up with as we now jump into game number 2.
So yeah, to put it simply, Garen's defensive build, his tank build has got nerfed, whereas his attacking AD build has got buffed.
Right, so both the parties now moving in towards either team's buffs. Garen, though, in the higher likeliness over here to possibly get caught. Twisted Fate already locking in the yellow card. Does not have any idea.
Oh, so they're going for an invade on red buff.
I think he only sees one person so far. He only sees Kai'Sa over there, or maybe
red
just
team have
enough.
to go for the red buff.
Yep, that's just enough to smell fish in the waters right now. He doesn't see the TF over there. Up to engage, just silencing him for a second over there. And you can already see vertical jungling happening. So, Zero, about the lanes, what are exactly your thoughts? Let's go lane-wise matchups. So we have like the top side jungle.
Kai'Sa beating Varus very easily in the last game. We could see the same thing again, but now the support has changed to Nami. Some extra healing for Varus this time, and Varus very strong with Yasuo. Being able to do the AoE effects after the Yasuo ult. We hopefully will see some better combos this time.
Hopefully, absolutely. Execution is what really matters when it comes to the composition of TR Runic. And right now, what do you think about the mid lane situation?
So mid lane, Twisted Fate, as I mentioned in the last game, Twisted Fate has been nerfed for his armor, which means Yasuo might have a better start than he usually does in these kind of matchups. But Twisted Fate has been doing very well in the last game, and some really nice, roaming coming in.
Yep, absolutely. I think the top side matchup though is a clear stomp. Renekton is just much more stronger than Garen in the current meta, and you can see right now he's getting chunked a lot over there. The minion damage is gonna give him up to half HP over there. The Fury also fully stacked.
Yeah, it does seem like Garen is going for the tank build, which was nerfed. So we'll see how that goes out for him this time.
Let's see what he comes up with. I mean, so far so forth. This Ruby Crystal can translate into almost everything. It could translate into the page for the Black Cleaver also. It could translate into the Dead Man's also for higher mobility.
I'm surprised he's not trying the AD build. Perhaps he hasn't seen the patch notes.
Perhaps. Or maybe he's just opting for this. I mean, the lack of Doran's shield, Ruby Crystal's like the most next best thing you can go for, in this game at least. So it may just be for safer laning. Let's see. A little bit of poking here and there in the bottom side of the map. Kai'Sa manages to get her W over there. I'd say jungle is very harmonic right now. Both these junglers are keeping the pace very even, and I think it's much better on the side of Wukong because despite being a much more slower wave clear champ than Olaf, he's still managing to actually keep the break even there. And right now he's looking for this fight over here. The Nami may just get caught away. The Twisted Fate's gonna lock the stun card. It's going to be almost a kill. Kill is gonna be used by the Kai'Sa. Does manage to get the first blood, but in the hands of the TF.
Stop there. Barris could come in
The
and get
W is open. Varus can go for the Blighted Quiver. This is 2 kills for him. Gets 1. 3 stacks on the Kaisa. Red team's gonna get themselves
Ooh, big
another
mistake
kill.
by Kaisa
And
there.
Yasuo gets himself there. 3 stacks done. Half HP TF right now. Taking a lot of beating from this Varus.
I don't know what happened there to Kaisa. Kaisa
this
did
dragon.
just... She seemed to have stopped, as if she disconnected or
I
had
think it was a
pop-up.
bit of a stutter over there. They were a little
Yeah,
unsure whether she wanted to go in or not. Preferably, she should have gone in
Or
for
was
the
it
all-in because it would have led into a much more cleaner fight.
Perhaps it was the route from Varus I didn't see.
That is true.
Yeah, that was very well played by Varus there to come and get the
Hold
kill
on a
and
minute.
actually take the lead.
It seems that DR Runic is opting to forfeit this dragon because they have 3 members in the top side, especially the dragon lane. They just lane
Yeah, they've
swap.
actually lane swapped. That's very strange because Pure Lane is usually on the dragon side, so they can take.
It
the dragon
seems that they're
faster.
not interested in this first turret. First dragon, which is of course the Mountain Drake. They're opting for possibly a kill and
Yeah,
the
it
first
seems
tower
like they're
over
just
here.
going for the tower instead.
It has in 4 minutes in.
It's,
The damage will start to matter on this tower now. It has much more lower on defenses than it was in the previous time. As you can see, they finally managed to get the dragon over there.
Yeah, but there's no pressure on them to slow down the dragons so they can get the tower down.
Renekton is playing really well. He has used the Dominus though. That means he can't tank as much damage. And now the snipe from Varus is gonna get themselves the kill. 1 tower plate goes. Varus tanking the tower over there. They do manage to drop it in, and a reverse mirrored side play is happening. But Garen seems to be in bigger trouble over here. Executed. They don't manage to get the first tower. This may just translate into a first tower for the Bichu gang, as now the Glacial Fissure is gonna be used. They do manage to get a kill over there. Wukong gonna slide out of it, and now they do not have the minions right now to contest this turret. It seems that they're gonna finally get themselves the first turret over here. DR Runic.
Yeah,
No, it's actually it's a race. Oh my goodness. DR
That was so
winning
close.
it by a slight margin. And now Ether over here is gonna just answer into the half-chunked mid turret. I think Yasuo has made some really great progress in accordance to himself as compared to the enemy mid laner. But
So
he's
it was
still
an
not
interesting
even.
call to go for the tower instead of the dragon, and it didn't
I think
quite go well.
things made through really well for this team. Yeah, I mean, they managed to get the first tower. They managed to get a kill. One person did get executed, but meh, it works out in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was a great decision because while they did manage to get the tower eventually, and they did get the first tower, they did trade the dragon for that too, and also they did lose the tower as well on the opposite lane. So
Absolutely. Varus, though, it doesn't seem to be going for the lethality build, so it doesn't matter that much right now. But if they do translate into an Elder Lane, the later on stages, that shield will become more massive. Let's see right now. They are opting into this. Seems like a fight may break down. Dominus has been used. Rift Herald has been secured by Bichu Gang. And now Olaf is going to flash out of this one. Yasuo goes for the final
amazing.
breath. He's going to get himself the knockup. And now he goes in. Gillidan Ramsey is the one who's in trouble. But there is Soothsayer. He's going to do a lot of damage. And now the Glacial Fissure has been used. The fight that started is now in the hands of Bichu Gang. And now the Nami is in danger. Everflow, she flashes the wrong direction. And now that's going to be a kill again for Bichu Gang. A triple
triple
kill
kill for
Kaisa.
Kaisa.
Holy moly! A lot of weird decisions
That's
over
what
there,
Garen
but
will
they
take
do
down,
manage to
though.
get a lot more than what the red team had thought of. And now Cyclone's gonna be used. Note this, Renekton is right there. He may just get himself a kill over here. Double Cyclone gonna be used by the Wukong. He may just drop. Oh my goodness, he overstayed his welcome over there, but finally does drop to the hands of the Crocodile.
Yeah, that was very
Insane
very
plays
interesting
happening
fight
left and right.
Turnaround. Kaisa getting a triple kill is insane. Yasuo right stuck in there attacking 3 people at once, but his team was not there to follow up.
Absolutely, he's stuck snug in there. He tried to make things happen, and right now the last breath has been used. But here is the Crocodile. Doesn't have the stun yet. Good double in Okoyor over there, and now the Warlord is the one who's gonna try and
no ult
just
on Garen.
put the damage in.
No
Unfortunately, no ultimate over there. Does get stunned and stopped right in his tracks. But it seems that DR Runic are in a much more better position than Bichu Gang right now. They have 3 members near this mid tower, and you can see the Garen also constantly pinging for this scuttle. It would be better you just opt for the mid turret, but I guess they don't have the information right now to see that Bichu Gang is not at all able to not at all ready to make a play, but everyone opting now to reset for this Drake.
Yeah, the control with the Scuttler seems to go to the red team here. So we could see perhaps them getting their first dragon.
Absolutely, they could try and contest for it. They are in a good position. I wouldn't say completely even, but it is snug. However, it's a game of vision right now.
In fact, Olaf is actually a higher level, more XP, than the Wukong.
That is true, but I don't think level 9 versus level 10 smite does make a difference right now. Let's see though. TP coming in from the Renekton, Dominus available, does not go into the enemy team yet. Garen now, the wind wall has been used, the last breath not going to be used just yet. Three members rooted by the Vader assault over there. A kill goes on to the Twisted Fate, and now over there, that Olaf is going to fall. Kaisa is just tearing through everyone, and now bonk is going to happen from the side of Wukong, but the Yasuo does manage to get a kill. Two members are very scared, but now Aether and the Crocodile are making their way into this Drake. They may have to concede this one. Red card gonna be locked in. He just locks in a little too late though. Does manage to get the what? Okay, there was a recall apparently.
Yeah,
now they're gonna opt for the dragon. But Olaf is reaching. This may just turned really ugly. You are low HP, all of you members over here from the Bichu gang. Can they get the smite done? They do get the Cloud Dragon. Olaf's gonna flash in. He's probably looking for it. Eyes on the Kaisa. He's looking for the shutdown. Does not manage to get it though. Oh, it's a very sad moment for this Olaf.
Yeah. Yasuo really being MVP for that, for the red team, but unfortunately not managing to make much of a difference.
Right. Seems that they are closing in towards this Renekton 3 members. They are pinging him on the minimap right now to just back off.
The blue team do seem really hesitant to take Baron in the last game, and they should start going for it earlier this time. They do have the lead. They've got 4,000 gold lead, and they've got 2 dragons.
Absolutely. I mean,
this is right. They should be ambushing and getting set up for Baron.
Exactly. One person drops it, translated to the Baron. Flash gold card, gonna be used. The prompt stacks. That's exactly what you need. Glacial Fish are also gonna trap the Varus over there. Killer Instinct gonna be used. Does get rooted inside the turret, but to no avail. And the Crocodile is the one who was tanking it all. Dominus gonna be popped off. Yasuo, before he can even get an ultimate, dies off. Ikeathan Rain gonna delete people. And now the Garen falls as well. Oh no,
the Garen.
The Twisted Fate coming in. Oh, the XX Crotomet gonna be used. They do get the ace. They're not opting for the Baron yet, but they may just translate this into an open inhibitor, not a completely closed one though.
Wow, this looks like a very strong team to watch this tournament. They are playing very well.
Alright, they finally managed to get themselves the middle turret. Also, tier 2 has been dropped. Almost 70% of the map is now in the control of Bichu now. Okay, Gordon Ramsay gonna be hinting a little over there. Oh! Managed to mess up the glass cone as well.
But they don't want to go for it. They should be
right now. I mean, even red team has their opportunity.
The rest of the blue team is on the other side of the map. You know.
Absolutely, that's the thing.
They could have been charging down Wukong then and got the kill, but perhaps they didn't have the vision on where the blue team was.
Possibly. Yasuo gonna try and style on his opponents over there. Oh, a big. No avail as the auto attacks do make a difference. Oh, Varus just almost snipes. The hourglass gonna be used over there, try to keep him alive. Varus almost gonna get himself the kill over there, but the Yasuo falls in a almost awesome play by Twisted Fate over there. Oh, and a solo kill on the Baron laner over there.
Tower dive by Renekton.
Let's see.
Really well to take out
4,000 HP, 3,500 HP, unstoppable. A little too early in the pit. Will he drop? No, he does not get the smite. Blue team gets themselves the Baron, and now they may just try to end the game over here. Cyclone gonna be used by the Wukong. Does he have enough follow-up though? Stunned on Varus as he drops to the hands of the Twisted Fate. And now it's just Nami and Yasuo who are looking at possibly the lost inhibitor. Let's see what the
I think Garen might be having second thoughts about the build that he's gone. When you've already got fighters like Yasuo and Olaf.
Alright.
Perhaps taking the AD build would have been a better decision for Garen to be able to do much more damage to Renekton than he has been doing.
While taking too much damage. At this point, the tankiness doesn't even matter, as now the members of Bichu Gang are gonna also get themselves the top tier turret as well as the bottom tier one. Now they're moving in. They've completely split this team. 3 members on the bottom side, as well as 3 members on the top side. Olaf does manage to get a kill over there onto the monkey. He does overstay his welcome, but the minions are doing too much damage. And now Kaisa using the killer extinct is gonna get herself the kill over there. And now a big ultimate from the Garen. Gonna drop the Braum, but it's too little too late, as the Dominus is gonna send his crocodile into godlike ascension. And DR Runic are gonna fall to the hands of Pichu. We'll see you in the Contenders League.
Very well played by Kaiser again, having the early start by Varus, and Kaiser coming back hugely, really showing off that, saying, I am the better ADC, I will beat you every time you take Varus.
It was a statement at this point. I mean, 2 times we saw Varus, but 2 times he got demolished by this ADC, whether it was on solo skill or whether it was on dives or team play. No matter where the venue was, he was getting outplayed by this Kai'Sa. And I think with that, we just wrap up this series. DR gonna lose this one 0-2. And now we see ourselves with Bichu Gang in the Contenders League. Congratulations to Bichu Gang over there for grabbing themselves the
congratulations. I think they are one to watch in this tournament. They did some very, very strong game. Very, very strong 2 games there, and really, really dominated both of those games.
Absolutely. I mean, I did manage to find some glimpses of the first game. There was a little more stuff. There was a little more play from the side of DR. But right now, like I said during the draft, also morale is the one that really matters a lot, and you could kind of sense that dropped morale from DR Runic. They had dropped one game. They knew that if one bad play would happen, it would lead to a little bit of a tilt.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So, what are your thoughts now? We have another team finally joining us in the Contenders League. What about the rest? What are your expectations from all the teams?
I guess we'll have to see. Surprises can happen. I haven't seen many of these teams.
So... Absolutely, a lot of new names we're getting to see over here. So, I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, when we used to play Rift Wars, there were all these, the normal names you'd see like almost every single day, whether it was while you were chatting on the server or something like that.
Yeah, some new teams coming up now.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see these new talents emerge. Hopefully, they can just manage to, give a good fight to some of the other Contender League teams as well. I mean, that would make things a lot more exciting. I mean, it was already fantastic to see the games today. I really, really loved the Twisted Fate. I mean, brilliant use of Proto Belt over there. Constantly just Proto Belting out of the wind wall, then shoving the card on Yasuo's face, telling him to get out of the field. It's a red card or a yellow card.
Yeah, I think Yasuo the clear MVP on the other team, though. It's given SPP to Varus, but I think Yasuo did.
Yeah, he did try to make a lot of differences in the fights. And overall, I mean, he tried his best, of course, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough to make the difference for this team.
Hey guys, thanks a lot for casting. So I'll just quickly close out the stream. So congratulations to Bichu Gaming, guys. They are the first team out of the open qualifiers who have qualified for the Contenders League, where they will also be joining 4 other qualified teams. A supremely great performance of them today. Do note that tomorrow, day after, and on Thursday, we will be having more qualifying matches on Level Up channel. 3 more slots will need to be filled for the Contenders League. So make sure you guys tune into Level Up's channel tomorrow at the same time for the second qualifier that will take place to determine who goes next. But for the stream today, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to Level Up Esports channel. All of the qualifiers, all of the circuits will be streamed on the Level Up Esports channel, and we will see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. for the next set of matches. See you.